Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Good morning, Jets.
And welcome to another episode of On the Radar. We're your hosts, Qyler and Kennedi.
As you know, February will be over soon, and since we've had an influential person of the week all February, we'll be continuing that tradition into March.
Now let's go to Errius, sending us off with a final goodbye.
Hey man, have you done the summer reading yet?
On Frederick Douglass, right?
Yes, that diction, I could not stop turning page after page after page.
I just like how everything was very well detailed in the book to make it seem like you were right there with him the whole time.
Yes, especially when he uses strong action verbs. Woo, moves me.
Bro, yeah. Well, I'll catch you later.
See you later, man.
Oh, welcome back. We gotta stop running into each other like this. But as you just heard, we were talking about authors and books, so let me tell you about another black author, Alice Walker. Alice Walker was born on February 9th, 1944, in Edenton, Georgia, to parents Willie Lee Walker and Minnie Tallulah Grant. Walker graduated as a valedictorian at Butler Baker High School, granting her a full Spelman College scholarship and then a full Sarah Lawrence College scholarship. Alice Walker started her writing career with a collection of poems known as Once in 1968. Then in 1970, she published her first novel, The Third Life of Grange Copeland. But in 1982, Walker published the book that would change her life forever and launch her into the spotlight, The Color Purple. The novel is about a teenage African-American girl named Celie, growing up in Georgia in the early 20th century, with the pages being her letters to God and her arduous journey. Alice Walker released several other novels after The Color Purple. Alice Walker is currently 80 years old, has one child, and lives in Mendocino, California. That was everything you need to know about Alice Walker. But I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, that this is the last Black History Month segment for a while. But just because February is over doesn't mean that Black History Month is over. Only you can spread the information that we have taught you today and more. My name is Errius Horrison, reporting for On the Radar.
Thanks for that, Errius. Stay tuned next week for an influential woman of the week in honor of Women's History Month.
It's sad to see it go, but just know that it will always be remembered.
I need something a little more uplifting.
Me too. Let's go to E with Jet Nation.
What's good, Jet Nation? My name is E.
I'm AJ.
And we're going to be talking about sports. AJ, I love watching baseball.
Me too, man. You go to the first 3 baseball games?
Yeah, I heard that we are undefeated.
We are. We're sitting 3 wins.
JC baseball team, their season opener, they won all 3 games. Coach Johnson's doing a very good job with his team, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Leading those first 3 games to a astounding victory is quite the season opener.
Yeah, wild work. How about that?
I heard you used to play soccer, E.
Yeah, but I wasn't that good. I heard you played as well.
I wasn't very good either. This year's team might be one of the best we've ever had, though.
The JV soccer team won 2 matches.
Our varsity team got 2 very well hard-fought ties.
AJ, today's a sad day.
Yeah, basketball season's over.
Yeah. Well, we talked to Coach Sullivan and Coach Maxwell to see what they think the highlights of this season is.
I would say we got 3 out of the 4 of our senior scholarship opportunities. We made it back to the area championship game, and we made another Sweet 16 appearance.
The highlights from this year was just watching some young guys grow. For example, Blue Alexander, a guy that's coming back next year, freshman that played varsity this year. Watching Bryce Mason become one of the great leaders and setting a great foundation for the guys coming back next year. I think that was a perfect storm for us. And also winning the area championship with the guys. Those are some highlights. I think that's going to take these guys to the next level, making the Sweet 16 for the third 3 out of 4 years thus far. And just watching them grow daily. I think that's the biggest thing for me this year.
Thank you to our coaches and players for a wonderful season. Well, that's it for Jet Nation. My name is E,
And I'm AJ.
and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for keeping us up to date.
Registration for next year has opened up, and the final dates for those forms is March 1st.
Now let's go to Laura telling us more about that.
Hi, I'm Laura Brown reporting for On the Radar. There was a curriculum night on Tuesday, and we spoke with Ms. Gist about the event and registration for next year.
Well, at curriculum night, we're going to be looking at things like different teachers will be set up. So if you want to ask about, so specifically, like say there's a math class, AP pre-cal, what's the difference between that and taking a regular honors pre-cal, like things like that. Now some questions individually will be better to ask for your student to ask their teacher, like on a one-on-one basis later. But if it's just those basic overview questions, all the teachers will be there with their curriculum and they'll be able to answer all those questions. Our different clubs, they'll all be set up along that main street walkway, and even some in the cafeteria. So that's a great way to do it. Counselors will also be presenting on different things about how to register, different things like that, different classes that might be good to take, and answering some of those most common questions as well. So a lot of our lesser known classes are typically the ones you do have prerequisites for. You can always look at the curriculum catalog, which is available online. Or if you're even looking in the booklets, a lot of them will have stars beside them, like this is the first in the sequence, the second in the sequence. So you actually have a couple of steps. The main two are you need to go onto Power School, and just like you would check your grades and attendance, there's all the little tabs at the side. Click course registration, and there's different buckets for each thing. So it'll say English. You'll click it, and then you'll pick which English you want to take. Okay, and if you want to double up, you just pick 2. Key thing on that, make sure you put in at least 3 alternate choices. So we run senior schedules first, junior schedules, sophomore schedules. So we all send out email, but we attach videos, there's links to book individual appointments. We put some other good key information. If you go on the main school website, go under academics and curriculum, there's an actual link to the curriculum catalog and the registration packet.
Thank you, Ms. Gist. Make sure you turn in your registration by March 8th. I'm Laura Brown reporting for On the Radar.
Thanks, Laura. I'll be sure to turn mine in.
While we're on the topic of things that are due, a lot of tryouts are happening soon. Emma and Owen can help us cover some of those things.
Whoa.
Hey, man, watch where you're going.
Watch where you're going, buddy.
It's a big rush or something?
Yeah, actually, I have competition cheer tryouts and basketball cheer tryouts.
Yeah, that sounds pretty busy, but I'm actually busier. Football pro day, and I have theater auditions like la 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 la.
I actually have some. Go team.
I actually have some hut hut.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Owen.
And we're going to teach you about these tryouts.
In order to prepare for tryouts, athletes can come to the open gyms that will be on Mondays and Wednesdays leading up to tryouts. At those 2-hour clinics for tryouts, you are going to be doing things like practicing the cheer. That's going to be posted to our Instagram highlights under tryouts, as well as practicing jumps, stunting, tumbling, and a possibility to also collaborate with your peers to practice the interview question, which will be a big part of the score sheet for tryouts.
For basketball cheer tryouts, I would encourage, first, if you want to try out, I would encourage you to come. So I am not looking for anything in particular when it comes to skills. There's a lot of things I can teach you. The things that I would really encourage you to work on, though, would be your jumps. It is going to be really competitive this year. So your jumps, and not be afraid to try new things. So during clinics, you'll be judged on your coachability, your adaptability, your willingness to learn, how you receive feedback. So I'm looking for those things that I can't really teach you. It's going to be more on like how you work as a team. There's so many things that I can teach you, but because there are going to be so many great people that are trying out, I would encourage you to work on those jumps, to work on being able to yell from your diaphragm, being able to stay on beat, to learn quickly. You will be learning a dance, a cheer, a chant, and then jumps. The cheer you will be performing by yourself. The chant will be with the group that you're trying out with, as well as the dance.
A couple other things that we have, off-season wise, that we do a pro day combine every year. It's a NFL-style combine that we do the 1st of April, and that's coming up. Our guys are working hard for that, where we, test bench rep max, 5, 10, 5, 40-yard dash, just getting a gauge on speed, height, weight. arm measurements, all the links, everything they do in the NFL Combine, we do it. Kind of started out as a virtual combine back there in COVID, and we've kept it. It gives us good numbers on the players and gives them something to work for. And then after that, obviously we have spring training. We'll have 3 weeks of spring training. In order to prepare, we have a game against Athens on May the 17th that we'll be preparing for. So that'll be spring practice before we break for the summer.
You don't have to audition to sign up for theater. You can just sign up right for beginning drama, and then after that you can sign up for intermediate, and after that you can sign up for advanced. But if you wanted an opportunity to maybe skip over something, if you wanted to try to skip over beginning drama, then you would need to audition. Or if you would like an opportunity to be in our advanced production class, that's a class that requires 2 semesters and a lot of after-school rehearsals, and that class is only by audition. So if you want to be a part of that, then make sure you submit your video. For our auditions, students will submit a video to a Flipgrid link. We have those QR codes on the monitors and then also on signs outside of the F148 drama classroom. And on that video, a student would perform a 1-minute monologue, which means it could be under 1 minute or maybe a few seconds over, but that's roughly the time length for it. They also have the option of singing or dancing, but that is not required. And they need to fill out an audition form. That link is also through the QR code and outside of the classroom.
Well, look who it is.
Yeah, I just had a pretty tired day.
I wonder why. Yeah, I actually ate my basketball cheer tryouts up. I'm on the team.
Oh yeah, my theater tryouts went so good. I'm literally a one-man show.
Yeah, and competition cheer, see these trophies? See these trophies? Yeah, those are mine. All those are mine. I got those from tryouts.
Well, actually, I did so good at football tryouts.
I'm just a flipping coach now.
All right, well, I'm Emma.
And I'm Owen.
And, we just ate these tryouts up.
Big time.
Back to you, Kennedi and Qyler.
JCHS Literary Magazine is currently open for submissions, welcoming creative writing, photography, and artwork.
The theme for this year's submissions is From Stardust, Stellar Potential. Submissions can be made by scanning the QR codes around the school or by contacting Miss Miller in A220. Deadline is March 8th.
If you have an interview scheduled with the Academy of Craft Training Decatur on February 27th, ensure to turn in your permission slip to Ms. Himes in counseling.
Interested in the supply chain or industrial engineering? Find out about new opportunities with Amazon on March 5th. To find out more about this, you can visit Ms. Himes in the counseling office.
Support the James Clemens Winter Guards fundraising by purchasing custom-made Pure Vita bracelets in JCHS and LMS colors. Orders and payments are due February 26th.
Thanks for watching this week's episode, and don't forget to follow us at JCHS On The Radar.
We're your hosts, Qyler and Kennedi. And we'll see you next week for another episode.